Hi you guys, I'm Lachantamaria, and the tips that I'm going to give today are for anybody out there who's a new natural, no matter what length your hair is, and no matter if you big chopped or a transition. I want to put emphasis on these tips because I feel like these tips are going to make your natural hair experience, this new experience that you're having with your hair, so much easier. So I want to put emphasis on these tips. So let's jump right into it. I feel like a lot of times when we've gone from perm to natural, we've had a perm for so long that a lot of the things that we get used to doing, we've done that out of habit because we've had a perm for so long. So we have to break those habits. When we've had a perm, remember, like, you know, getting my hair washed and conditioned, sitting underneath the dryer, and then my hairstylist putting product on my hair after it's dry. It's different when you have natural hair. When you have natural hair, you have to remember that when you shampoo and condition your hair, you're stripping your hair completely of the products that you've used prior to you washing it, and also the natural oils that are in your hair as well. Everything is gone. It's all stripped. So if you wait to put product on your hair after it's dry, you're gonna have really dry, hard, brittle hair, and you're not gonna be able to comb it with ease. When you're natural, you're gonna want to put the product on your hair while it's wet. I like to use Shea Moisture on my hair when my hair is wet, or an oil like olive oil or jojoba oil or an almond oil, something to that effect. But just make sure that you put moisturizer on your hair while it's wet. Don't wait until it's dry. Sitting underneath the dryer just makes the hair drying process a whole lot more quicker, faster, especially like if you have something to do. And a lot of times some people just don't have the time to, you know, let it air dry. But I just want to put emphasis on the fact that if you have natural hair, the best thing for you to do is to let your hair air dry, because it's going to be a lot softer and it's going to make it easier for you to style in the days to come. If you sit underneath the hair dryer when your hair is wet, when you're a new natural, your hair is going to be extremely hard. It's going to shrink up really, really bad, and you're not going to be able to comb it with ease. I really want to put emphasis on finding the time to let your hair air dry. That is so important for the health of your hair and for the growth of your hair as well, especially being a new natural. So letting your hair air dry is very important. I know that it's different from, you know, when you had a perm, you know, you sit underneath the dryer and it's just quick, fast, and easy. But, you know, when you're a natural, the best thing for you to do, as opposed to you, like, if you're going to do a hairstyle, like if you're going to put curl formers in your hair or flexi rods or perm rods or whatever in your hair, that's different. But if you're going to wear your hair in its natural state, you're going to want to let it air dry. You may, you know, see someone out on the street or one of your friends that has natural hair and their hair is really, really long, and, you know, you may have a little bit of hair envy because you just big chopped or you just transitioned, and your hair may be like at this length, and you may want to see what your hair looks like when it's flat ironed. And I would suggest for you to wait at least a year and a half before you flat iron your hair, your natural hair. The reason for this is because you want to get to know your hair. You want to know what it likes, what it doesn't like, what you can and can't do to your hair, the products that your hair will gravitate towards or maybe not. You want to get used to that process. So just hold off on flat ironing your hair if you're a new natural for at least a year and a half. I know for me, even though I've been natural for a long time, I still go through periods where I won't flat iron my hair for a really long time. Right now, I said to myself that I was going to wait for about 6 months, but I don't know, I may wait a little bit longer before I flat iron my hair. It may be next year that I flat iron my hair, but just to let you guys know out there that I feel your pain, you know, when you want to flat iron your hair. To see how long it is, just wait, let your hair do its thing, get comfortable with your natural hair, and you'll see great results if you wait a little bit longer to flat iron your hair. Coconut oil is your best friend. Using coconut oil on your hair while it's wet, after it completely dries, when you air dry your hair, it's just going to feel so soft and silky, and when you comb it, it's just going to rake right through your hair. I really love coconut oil. That was one of the first oils that I ever used on my natural hair, and that's the reason why I still use it today. The fatty acids that are in coconut oil really complies with our natural hair. It really bonds with our hair very well. So just know that having coconut oil around, you can purchase coconut oil at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or Kroger. Any of your local grocery stores will carry coconut oil, so you want to purchase that. It's really great for your hair, and I would suggest you start off using coconut oil to just get your hair on the right path. Going to the hair salon, you know, you're sitting there and someone else is doing everything for you. You don't have to do anything. You can just kind of sit back and relax and read magazines and talk on the phone and gossip, you know, with whoever is there in the salon and find out what's going on, and it's really fun. But when you're a natural, sometimes you may not want to opt to go to a hair salon. You may want to do it yourself, and you may feel a little bit overwhelmed at doing the entire thing, but I promise you, if you just find time to do your hair and not rush, doing it on the weekend or when you're off, it's a really great time to seize the moment to do your hair, so that you know you can learn what your hair is all about, how it works. If you grab like a big chunk of hair and you try to comb through it, you're really going to have a really hard time combing through the hair, because you know your hair, it's all tangled up and intertwined on top of each other. But you can reduce the difficulty that you may have combing your hair if you work in smaller sections. So just grab a smaller section and work through that, and you'll find that you can comb it with ease. It's not because, you know, you have bad hair. One time you did your hair and you used coconut oil on your hair, and then another time you did your hair and you used olive oil on your hair, and it came out a lot better than when you did when you use the coconut oil. Then you want to use the olive oil. You want to listen to your hair. Don't use products just because, you know, I'm saying it or somebody else on YouTube is saying it. You just take bits and pieces of my hair regimen or the things that I do and alter it and tailor it to your specific type of hair. So that's how you listen to your hair. You know what it likes and what it doesn't like. Retaining your ends is how you obtain length. So of course you want to baby your ends, but when I pay attention to my roots, that's how I know that my hair is growing. So I'm not like pulling on my hair every 5 seconds to like do length checks or whatever. That's just not really important to me. Of course I take care of my ends, but paying attention to my roots and seeing how thick they've gotten, I look at it as a positive. When I have really thick roots and, you know, it's kind of difficult for me to, you know, comb or whatever, I look at it as a positive. I look at it and I say, oh, my hair is growing. I don't look at it as a negative, like, oh, my hair is so difficult and I can't comb through it and blah, 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 blah. Because normally if it's difficult to comb through your hair, period, it's obviously dry and you need to add moisture back into it. So it's not that you have bad hair or anything like that. You just need to, you know, add some moisture to it. So having thick roots is a positive, not a negative. So if you become obsessed with doing length checks, sometimes you can neglect the rest of your hair. So that's why it's very, very important for you to notice your roots, take care of your roots as well as your ends and the rest of your hair as a whole to have healthy hair. So you guys, that's it for all of the tips that I wanted to emphasize. Please, please, please implement these tips into your regimen. A lot of times we may look at these YouTube videos, but we really don't implement these things into our everyday lifestyle. So please make sure you include these into your lifestyle. I like to call it a lifestyle and not a journey, because you know we live this every single day. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, please, and make sure you tell all of your friends that they need help with their natural hair. And next video, alright? Peace and love, y'all.